Good morning, folks. Welcome back to my channel. Alright, today we're doing a backpacking trip up to Mount Mitchell on the Black Mountain Crest Trail. So I wanted to show you the start. This is Bowlens Creek near Burnsville, North Carolina. There's my vehicle parked at the trailhead. So this is where you have to park. You can only fit several cars in here. And there's private residences here, so no vehicles beyond this point, and we walk up this forest road. It'll be a forest road for a while. I've done this hike before, failed attempt to do the whole trip to Mount Mitchell. I'm doing an out and back, so it's gonna be best part of 22 miles. And elevation gain is over 7,000 feet is the trip report. You can see you're walking on a paved path here. It becomes a single track once you get further along, but you walk the forest road for a little ways along the creek. Yeah, this one is lovingly called the March of Death by locals, because it is a brutal ascent. I mean, in places it levels off, but it's not all climbing, but it's pretty challenging. So I only made it to Winter Star Mountain 2 years ago, where I camped. But getting a late start, 10 a.m. I think I have plenty of daylight to make it to Mount Mitchell. Come down, probably make camp around Winter Star Mountain. You can't camp within the state park, so it's a good 5 miles. Once you come down off Mount Mitchell, get back on the trail. Deep Gap is the point where you can camp at. It's about the halfway point. There's a lot of black bear activity there, so feel a little bit better camping at Winter Star Mountain, which is a mile north of Deep Gap. So stay with me. It's gonna get better from here. Do you think it's safe to walk across this old bridge? Well, let's see. I think it appears safe, folks. Lots of beautiful little waterfalls. Gorgeous forest setting. Just take your time. Don't step on rotten logs. No problem. All right, let's get ready to gain some serious elevation. I've been seeing a lot of small waterfalls along this creek. Quite remarkable, but I don't want to waste the energy going down there right now when I have very difficult terrain ahead. Maybe on the way back we'll see how it goes. You can see quite a bit of it from up here anyway. Beautiful creek. I'll show you this little side path. I can't remember. I feel like I went on and crossed the creek here 2 years ago to see what was on up there. But it's pretty overgrown in places, so I'm not doing that right now. Like I said, I have a destination to make. You could cool off your feet in this. So let's start heading back to the trail. All right. All right, folks. I've left the creek. Now I'm on the forest road, climbing up. Very steep, unrelenting. Good leg workout and cardio. But yeah, doesn't get any easier. I mean, it levels out in places, but as I remember it, this is a pretty brutal ascent from this point to get out of to gain elevation up to the ridgeline. Still in the green tunnel. Once you get up to those views at the actual single track trail that the Black Mountain Crest Trail becomes, as you get up to the ridge, it is beautiful. So let's press onward, keep going. All right, I wanted you guys to see this. I've come about 3.2 miles in 1 hour 25 minutes moving time. I'm now at the 5,000 feet elevation level, and you can see around me that the forest is slowly starting to turn from deciduous trees to conifer trees, which is what you usually expect to see as you climb in elevation in the southern Appalachians. These trees are evergreen trees, and they do better in the higher elevation climate, going up towards the slopes of the Black Mountain Crest and the ridge that follows all the way to Mount Mitchell, the highest point in the east. They say the climate at the 6,000 feet level up to Mount Mitchell is like Canada, southern Canada. And you can see up there, well, you can see through the leaves, that's the ridge up there that I'm climbing up to. So we still have a good bit of elevation to climb, so let's keep on trucking. Okay, we're at 5,600 feet, and it is almost all conifer trees, with the exception of a few stragglers, some rhododendrons and other trees. I'm not sure what they are, what species of tree they are. Ferns. You see how steep this terrain is as I get up to the actual ridge. And I've been keeping a pretty good pace. I'm at 4 miles in 1 hour 48 minutes moving time. Trying to keep my strength up. Keep on pushing ahead. All right, I'll keep climbing. I'll see you at the ridge. Finally made it to the ridge. It was a brutal onslaught. That hill just kept on going. See, we got some clouds, but still have a great view. We're near Celo Knob, I believe that's how it's pronounced. C-E-L-O. First 6,000 foot summit here, as I remember. If not, I'll correct myself. See how lovely this is? Man, look at that green foliage. The mountains are carpeted in green foliage since we're at June 2nd now. So even the higher elevations have had time to bloom. I just love it up here. One of my favorite trails. I seem to be managing to fit in all my favorite trails this past month. All right, I'm gonna press on a little further. I'm gonna finally take a break here after over 2 hours of hiking, 5 miles about, and 3,000 feet of 3,000 feet of elevation gain. So stay with me. I'll be giving you a lot more content here as it's really gonna open up as I climb the ridge. All right, this is the Silo Knob Trail. It's a little spur off the main trail. At the sign, you make a left, almost a U-turn into the pine forest, and it'll take you uphill a little bit. You see, you got a little view right there. Potential campsite here at the base of the mountain. If you can get a tent in there, it's a little bit sloping, but anyway, there's the trail that takes you up. And it'll take you back down the other side. So I've been to the top of Silo Knob. I'm not going to do it today. One day I'll come back and do some further exploration. Just wanted to show you this, and then I'm going to press on. This is a great place to take a break. It's called Horse Rock. Let's head on up here. See, those clouds are trying to cover the mountain there. Well, actually they are on the top of the ridge. I'm gonna be walking into that. There's the very hard, very steep woody ridge trail back there, right off the Black Mountain Crest Trail here. Looks like a bear print to me. Pretty good size one too. Well, they're up here. Hopefully we won't have to deal with them. Another good view. Well, sorry folks. There'd be a really good view up here if it were not for the clouds. But I expected that, so it is what it is. Still have peaks of views here and there, like right there. But you'd have a view on that side too, but the clouds seem to be coming from that side. You see this trail is just awesome. It's great for a extreme enduro workout. And for the views, for the rugged terrain. I've always loved it. It gets steep and narrow here. So if you had a view, it could definitely make you nervous if you're afraid of heights. So here's the view from the other side of the mountain. I guess that would be the east side, if I'm not mistaken. Because that's the Black Mountain Crest Trail going north to Bowlens Creek. So that would have to be east, would be my reckoning of distance and direction. All right, made it to the summit of Winter Star Mountain. This is where I camped 2 years ago when I attempted the Black Mountain Crest Trail. I only made it to Winter Star Mountain coming from Bowlens Creek. I didn't have enough time to get there on the first day, so I wasn't going to try it the second day because I only had the 2 days off from work to do it. See, looks like a bear or something did its business there, so not a good sign for making camp here. I'm still trying to press to Mount Mitchell so I can make this trip, so I can make it work, because I only have 2 days off this time, just like 2 years ago. So here's the official summit. It's supposed to be a sign here. Where was it? For Winter Star Mountain. Thought it was on one of these trees. And here's your view. There's the survey marker. Winter Star. Ooh. Not a bad view. Never-ending climbing. All the way up from Deep Cap. Slow going, but it's still going. Check this deep, dark, moss covered, ferns, pines. Looks like an enchanted forest. Oh man. Looks like a cave. Rocky overhang. You take cover there in a storm. More great views from the top of Big Tom. I could practically see frost on my breath. Doesn't feel that cold, but it's chilly at this elevation. Close to the same elevation as Mount Mitchell. I don't remember exactly what it is here at Big Tom. I think it's 6,500. But you can see over there in the distance, if you can make it out. Zoom in. There's the buildings of Mount Mitchell State Park up ahead. Almost there. From the top of Mount Craig, this is the best view of them all. There's some rare flora here, so they don't want you trampling over the wooden poles. Very rare ecosystem. There's a better look at Mount Mitchell State Park in the distance. You can see as I zoom in that some of the pine trees are decimated on the lower flanks of the mountain. It's probably from the invasive balsam woolly adelgid, some type of beetle larva, I believe it is. It's an invasive species from Asia, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to look that up again, but that's what I'm leaning towards. And it's decimated the trees here, the conifer trees in these high elevation forests of western North Carolina, eastern Tennessee. Never mind, I take it back. This view is even better. I just came right off the top of Mount Craig there. Came down and I forgot about this view. How good it is. Just amazing. The skeletal remains of a once proud pine forest. And it looks like they've cut a lot of these down since the last time I was up here. It's a shame. All right, made it to the state park and the paved path. This is the picnic area. There's the trailhead where I came from. You can see the map here. That's where I came from. All the way back to Bowlens Creek. So let's summit Mitchell. And then we got to find camp. Might have to go down to Commissary Ridge, since I can't camp in the state park. And that, I don't know exactly how far away that is. I think it's at least another mile. There's like nobody here. I just saw two girls doing photography down there. And that must be their vehicle, but there's like nobody else here. It's crazy. I don't think the park closes until sunset, as I remember. Oh well, guess I'll have the summit to myself. Last time I was here, it was wintertime, February, and there was snow and ice. So I'm heading up. Let's head on up. Come back to the summit of Mount Mitchell. After almost 4 months, have it all to myself. Last people left. Views are, could be better. A little cloudy up here, but it's usually cloudy up here. Still, it's pretty amazing to be at the summit of the highest point in the east. You can see the mountains here. Oh, Short Off Mountain in Linville Gorge, just where I was last week. Maple Camp Bald was a really good camp spot that I had 3 years ago when I came up here. So I was thinking about going there tonight, but I don't feel like walking all the way over to it because I know the sun's going to set on me. I think my best bet may be that, what the heck is the name of it again? Buncombe Horse Trail, Commissary Ridge, that's it. So I'm going to start moving so I can get there before nightfall, because the sun is setting and it is cloudy and it's cool up here. There's the Blue Ridge Parkway down there. There's Dr. Elisha Mitchell's tomb, the one for whom Mount Mitchell is named for. All right, folks. Well, it's been a good trip. I look forward to many more that I want to share with you. And if there's anything else I could say about this, I will be coming back to tell you more, because I still got to hike out of here. So we'll see how it goes. All right, folks. I am at camp. I came down the Mount Mitchell Trail to the Buncombe Horse Trail at Commisary Ridge, where I set up camp at about 9 p.m. It is after 10 now. I've been all set up for a while, had my dinner, just chilling at camp. Got my lantern in the tree. Yeah, it turned out to be 14 miles to get to this point, because it was 1.6 miles down to here to where it's permitted to camp, nearest to Mount Mitchell State Park. So I decided to come down here in the morning. I may decide on either hiking out of here or taking a shuttle from the state park. Haven't decided yet, because time is always an issue. I could probably swing it, because I could take Buncombe Horse Trail and maybe shave off a mile or two instead of going back up the way I came up the Mount Mitchell Trail. Might be able to make it work, but we'll see in the morning. Just wanted to show you my camp. It's pretty cozy. Got my backpack up in the tree over there. It's kind of hard to see. You can see the string, kind of the rope, I should say, is reflective in the ambient light. Backpack's up in the tree with a bear canister, just to keep intruders out, keep them away from me, protect my food and backpack. That's it. Have a good night. Good morning, folks. Morning of day 2. Now you can see my campsite a little better here at Commissary Ridge, right off the Buncombe Horse Trail. I'm going to show you this right here. Another beautiful sunrise. 6:30 in the morning. Gorgeous. So there's my backpack up in the tree. Nice fire pit. Didn't have a fire last night. It wasn't worth the effort when I was tired. And there's a trail up there. So I'm gonna have breakfast and get ready to get up on out of here. Talk to you in a little bit. Topping off my bottles here at the spring. Nice little spring. Another great view from the Buncombe Horse Trail. And you know what I'm looking at way in the distance there? That distant peak? I don't know if it'll pick it up. It's hard for me to tell. I think I'm picking it up. That's Table Rock in Linville Gorge. That's where I was last week. That's just amazing. So this Buncombe Horse Trail is relatively flat, allowing me to make good progress pretty fast. I'm going to switch back to the Big Tom Spur to get up to the Black Mountain Crest Trail, or the Deep Gap Trail as it's called in the state park, and head back the way I came. Hopefully I'll be out of here by mid-afternoon, maybe 4 o'clock. This would be another good campsite right here on the Buncombe Horse Trail. Coming up on the Big Tom Spur up to the Deep Gap Trail. That's the crest of the Black Mountains. That's what I got to climb up once I get to the Spur Trail. Alright, the Buncombe Horse Trail continues that way. You could camp at Maple Camp Bald, a great campsite with great views. I'm taking the Big Tom Spur, which is a very short trail. I don't think it's but several tenths of a mile, but very steep. I think it's about 600 feet elevation gain in probably the best part of a half a mile. So it's going to be fun. What a place for a trail. Following this old dried stream bed. I've already climbed pretty significantly. These rocks are going to be fun. Thank God this is so short. This is even harder than the Black Mountain Crest Trail. It's just straight up to get back to the ridge. I've been pushing myself hard, so I'm breathing heavy. You see I came from down there. Views are opening up. Alright, I'm push harder now. Alright, made it to the top. It was only 4/10 of a mile, but it was brutal. It's getting windy up here on the ridge. They're expecting rain. That's what the forecast called for later this afternoon. So there's the spur that I came up. That's the direction I'm traveling in. Deep Gap Trail, which is the Black Mountain Crest Trail. Another 10 miles according to the sign. This is the way I came from yesterday, heading north. So I'm near Silo Knob, about another 4 miles until I'm out of here. See, I'm socked in by fog, so there are no views. This is a Horse Rock behind me, but this is all you're gonna get. Just a foggy, gloomy day. Been spitting rain and misty out, so I'm gonna get up on out of here and go back to my warm car because it's chilly up here. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching. As always, please like and subscribe.